I'm Shannah Game and welcome to your Millennial Money. Today we're talking about the 3 things that you need to know before you buy your first house. Everybody wants to buy a house. That's the American dream, right? You buy a house, you have a barbecue, you have your 2.5 kids. I don't even know what a half kid is. But anyway, you have the American dream and that's what we all long for. But buying a house is serious business. I bought my first house at 24 and let me tell you, it is a money suck. So you need to be prepared. There are so many pluses to buying a house, but there are a few negatives. We actually want to hear from you. Have you bought a house? Let us know in the comments below. We'd like to learn any tips that you have. But now on to my 3 tips. So number 1, keep your job. This is not the time to have senioritis and to get that itch to move to a new job. You've got to keep your job because the lenders want to see stability. So make sure that you just stay there and you do whatever you need to do to keep that job. Number 2, you're going to need to get what's called pre-qualified. And this is something that only a mortgage broker can do for you. So before you start driving up to all those open houses with the realtors, skip that process. Find yourself a mortgage broker and get pre-qualified. They look at all your assets, all your liabilities, and they generate a letter. And that letter is gold to you when you're buying a house. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that letter and whenever you go and you say, this is the house, you give them the letter and that's going to help you actually get that house. And last, number 3, it's true. You really have to save every single penny because the down payment on most houses now is anywhere between 5 to 20%. So for instance, I live in Los Angeles and the average house price is $500,000. That's $500,000. So if I'm going to come up with $100,000 for a down payment, I've got to be pretty crafty with my budget. So you've got to save every penny you can. Another great tip, if you have an IRA, you can actually take out up to $10,000 penalty-free as a first-time homebuyer. That's great. Let's say you're married. Suddenly now you have $20,000 that you can use as your disposal. So those are just 3 tips. There's plenty of other tips that we cover in future episodes, but hopefully those help you get started buying your first house. We want to hear from you though. How much does the house cost where you live? Who knows, I may actually want to move there. It's probably a lot cheaper than it is here. Let us know in the comments. Thanks again for joining us. Subscribe to our channel for exclusive money videos every week and head on over to iTunes to check out our podcast, Millennial Money. See you next week.